Hello!
Hi, we're back!
Is this even working? I have no idea.
We don't, but we're going to pretend it does.
Good. Hello everyone. I'm hoping that this works and that you're hearing us in the YouNows and the YouTubes. Yay. So, wow. I'm sorry. I can't.
Well, ZZ and the YouTube chat says it's working perfectly.
All right, great.
Yes,
So,
our trusted expert, yes.
it is our trusted expert. Great. Okay, so here's the deal. For starters, need to let people know wherever they are watching to follow, like, and subscribe. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube's. That's what keeps these shows going. You guys already know the deal. Share it, tell a friend, tell a family member, all that stuff. It helps, okay? Maybe you're watching the show, you're watching the feeds. Tweet us. That's nice. I like tweeting.
You're the bird.
You like a little tweet. Tweet's fun.
Or X's.
Or X's.
X's out.
X us out. Visit our website for the past. All the shows from the past. It's an archive at this point, right. But it's there. And then the new stuff is on the YouTube. So you should follow the YouTube.
YouTube's good, but if the website comes up caution, it's okay. It's not going to download.
Right, it's not. I don't know why it does that. It costs a lot of money to run all these things. They're going to kill me if I don't say the Trash Draft is closing tonight. So
if all get on it.
You better get on it. If all of you want it, you better get it, and it's on the YouTubes right now. So go. Okay. I mean, it's on. I pinned it to my Twitter. Is my point. It's been.
Perfect.
It's been pinned to the Twitter. And then lastly, our Discord, YourRealityRecaps.com/Discord. You can go there. We watch the East Coast airings of the shows. We're always talking the live feeds. There's been so much live feed drama. We are watching it over there. Now, it's where it's all happening. If you have any questions, just tweet us. I'm sorry. There is so much happening on this episode of The Big Brother of this season. So many people that we're talking about, but I don't know how we don't acknowledge what you just said.
Biden announced that he's not running for re-election.
I'm literally like, the show's not working on you now, and it's not tweeting out, and I'm like, I don't know why nothing's working. It was all working on the test, and Comedy Jonah's just over there like, boop-a-da-boop, everything's fine. And then he goes, oh, by the way, Biden's not running. He's withdrawing, and Buttigieg is now gonna be...
And Whitmore is the goss. Is the hot goss.
I don't know if this is true, if I'm believing this. Where is this information coming from?
Listen, somebody sent me a meme, and that's what it says.
This is not real news.
It's not a meme. It's a reputable news source. I'm not a Republican. I don't get my news from a meme.
Comedy Jonah. I understand. This is the breaking Comedy Jonah. We could have we are a gay.
It's on Twitter. He's out.
We are a gay, run, owned, and operated, network around here, and we could have a gay president.
I'm happy with that.
America wouldn't elect a woman, but gay man they're gonna go for.
When will it change?
Oh boy. Okay, well, this is fun. Wow. And now let's talk about Big Brother.
Talk about some more trash gossip.
Just gonna put my second pair of glasses on and see if this helps me see the future better. Oh my, good lord. Okay, well, great. So, Big Brother 26, ooh, fun.
So what are we thinking of? I know you've got tons of spoilers and feed Gus and all that stuff, but should we just start the beginning? Like, what do we think of this cast?
Yeah, what do we do? Okay, yeah. I mean, people like when we do this, so
Yeah,
let us do a little hot goss, if you will, a little hot goss, little hot
right.
goss, a
And
little.
we're looking at our notes, our shared notes,
Oh,
and
I don't need shared notes, girl. Girl, I don't need no
I'm
shared
old. I'm
notes.
old. I need them. I need them.
Okay,
But I love the first
start with Miss
picture.
Angela.
Listen, when we saw her video and her excitement, and she's a realtor just like me, so you have to be a little bit of a lunatic to be in the real estate market. I knew she'd be crazy. I knew it. I knew she would. I was glad to see her. And as much as I don't watch the feeds, I caught a little bit of them with her crying. And it's just like, oh my gosh. And you and I talked about it a little bit via text. And yeah, I think, yeah, what a good choice. What a good choice,
What a
casting.
great casting choice. I was going to
Hmm.
ask you, are all real estate agents crazy?
But yes, we are.
But
You
like
have to
her
be.
level of crazy?
Yeah, I mean, we try to conceal it as much as we can, unless some of my clients or maybe are watching this show. I don't know,
I got news for you, and I'm going to
but
give you a rare
yeah,
compliment. Are you ready for a rare compliment?
I never get them from you, so yes.
I don't think that you're Angela levels of crazy.
I appreciate that. And again, it's acting, it's, concealing. Like I have it in me. I don't let her out
Okay.
much,
Okay.
but I have it in me. I'm gonna start calling her Angela now. Is what I'm gonna start doing.
She's insane. I have to say, preseason, when I saw her, she made it 3 seconds into her video. She's like, "Hi, I'm a mom and I'm a real estate agent, and this is gonna
And
be
I
the best thing." And I
and
was
I
like,
like to party, and I like to party.
and I'm just like, "What? You're crying? It's been 3 seconds into your promo." I'm like, "This lady's gonna be trash draft gold."
Gold, gold,
Gold. So yeah,
gold.
I was all about her. Okay, moving on. Next we have Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, gorgeous, gorgeous. By the way, I like Brooklyn. I think she's great. I think what I've seen as a casual viewer.
Okay.
Um, I think she's playing good. She doesn't seem like she's really standing out that much, even though she's super pretty. You know what I mean? So I think what I'm seeing is that she's kind of playing a smart game early on.
The people originally not loving her as she is friends with Aaron from BB15, known
Oh,
racist. So they
but
don't like that about her.
but isn't that a
Um,
good thing though? I mean, if she really, Aaron really kind of was, I mean, would they be friends?
well, apparently,
Well, then maybe Aaron's not.
no, she is.
Okay.
No, she is.
I just think racists wouldn't want to be friends with the people they're
I I
racist
I, bel
towards.
I believe that they work together. So I believe they don't have a choice.
Oh,
I
because
don't
they're in the
believe she has a.
pageanty area.
I don't remember where they work
Oh,
together,
I
but
would say
apparently
colleagues then. Maybe not friends, maybe colleagues.
maybe colleague. Well, no, there's pictures of them together on Instagram, but sure, maybe colleagues.
Of colleagues, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
colleagues.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. She's interesting. She doesn't have a lot of feed time, but we'll get into it.
Oops.
Cam.
Cam. Mm, mm. Cam.
Cam has like 8,000 Instagram followers. He does like he's like an influencer, but he's like a
Mm.
musical influencer.
I like Cam. I like me some Cam.
Yeah, I like Cam too.
Yeah.
My first impressions was I can't wait to see more of Cameron. Cedric, Marine, youngest person in the cast, 21
Yeah.
years old.
I do like him. I mean, he's a little, he's cocky, but he's funny. I think his interviews have been quite funny.
Hmm.
So I do like him. Yeah,
I really like him. I
I
think
do.
he's
Pretty
funny.
eyes, just
I don't,
gorgeous.
yeah, I don't think he's cocky. I think he's,
But it's
I love
silly,
this
silly
silly.
cocky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
him. I like him a
I do
lot.
too. I do too.
Chelsea,
Uh,
yeah.
I just you listen. Chelsea seems great. She's super high energy. She's good looking. She's very pretty. This whole bouncing between God is good and this and that, but then I'm going to be a horrible person in the house and ask forgiveness. Be religious. It's fine. Do all of that, but don't sit. The people that teeter between religion and it's like, oh, I can do whatever I want and kick animals and stuff because I'm going to ask God for forgiveness. It just turns me off. It's just like,
Well, Molly, she's in danger, girl. So good. Um, J-
yeah.
uh, Joseph.
Okay, this is the best picture of Joseph because he does not look this good on the first two episodes. And in some of the live feeds I saw, that mustache looks much better here than it does all crazy. It looks like a spider on his face.
Yeah.
But I do. He's silly. I love that he works in a video store, which, I mean, we have one in the Pacific Northwest. We have one of the last blockbuster video stores
I know.
in Bend, Oregon. And yeah, so it's a super hot place to go. But I mean, he says he has like 10 customers sometimes at a time in the store. Really? There's like 10 people going to rent or buy VHS?
Well,
That's
yes, there is in
maybe
the
someone
type.
my age, but not even I'm doing it.
Well, first of all, I was convinced before the show started, like when we were just getting the
Yeah.
preseason videos, I was convinced it was an adult video store.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense with the mustache. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he looks like he's in porn, clearly
Yeah.
what other videos, but then we come to find out it's like a horror video store, like old school horror videos.
Oh, I
And
like that. I love horror movies.
yeah, so it's kind of like that, like
Okay.
retro and artsy and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I like
Um,
that.
so yeah, and he's a huge super fan of the show, loves the
Yeah,
show, so I like Joseph.
I do too.
I like Joseph.
He's
Um,
super.
Kenny the cop.
Kenny. I've been very, very bad. That's the
Ugh.
daddy. That's the daddy. Yeah.
All right,
Yummy.
we get it.
I like him. I like him.
You do like him? Let me put it to you this way.
I
To
do.
me, he's the most likable of the cops that we've had on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm fine with him going. He's not really adding anything. We'll get into
Right.
it. Like, we're just talking first impressions.
Well,
So,
it's hard when you're that age to, I mean, not for me though, but I mean, I could see that it could be hard, when you kind of maybe look more your age, where you're just like, I'm going to come in and give dad hugs to everybody. But that only lasts so long, right? Like, you
right.
got to kind of blend, you got to kind of get into the conversations, you got to keep up with some pop culture and all that stuff. Like, doing this show with you at my age keeps me in the loop with things where I don't know how in the loop Kenny is. So, dad hugs are only going to go so far, but I don't see him lasting a whole long time.
Um, yeah, I have to say, just no.
But if he was on my Tinder, I would swipe, I don't know, the correct way to be like, how you doing? How you
Yeah.
doing? Yeah.
You were saying something, and I was gonna say there's not much about him that is hard at his age. What
Well, you can
about
see one thing.
mm, Kimmo, our resident gay?
Yes, and indigenous and from Hawaii. I like him a lot.
You do
I
like him
do.
a lot.
I do like him. I just hope he's not being sloppy on the feeds because I could see that happening. Like, He's the kind of gay that just gets too comfortable and silly and just, I'm going to run my mouth the whole time.
Y-
And I don't want
Uh,
that to happen.
well, no worries. No worries. He's not like that. So he's barely
Good.
playing. Well, no, he's barely
See,
playing.
that's what we want to do in the beginning. This is how people make mistakes. They play too hard in the beginning. Good.
Well, not when you're nominated. Uh,
Yeah. No.
Leah.
Okay, I thought her video was pretty funny about like the chubby chaser.
Mm-hmm.
But then she gets in the house, and who is she going for? Like Matt wants to see his abs, and I'm just like, what's up with the? Thought you were a chubby chaser. Now you're looking at the guy with abs. Yeah,
No, she is. She's 100% a chubby chaser. She
yeah,
she is she's a chubby
love
chaser and she
it.
is proud of it.
Listen, I love it. I love that she's got her own underwear. She's a good-looking gal. She's a VIP cocktail server. I love it. Like I think she's great.
Okay. Um, Lisa. What about Lisa?
Okay, I think I've met Lisa in LA before. I think I've gone to one of her events. She looks super familiar to me. Um, I wasn't, I loved her video. I loved her cocktail. Like, I want one of those, like, those big champagne looking glasses. I love that look. But then when she came in with the pink stripes, I'm like, okay, Lisa, come on. It actually made you look older. So, but I mean, I don't know how far Lisa's going to go because what I saw on the show and a little bit what I saw on the feeds, she doesn't seem like she's really starting to mesh with people. This was my impression.
Lori over in You Now says, I want one of her cocktails also. Okay, I have a question because, there was a little show that you got me into, called What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my gosh.
And are you going to seriously tell me she doesn't look like baby Colin Robinson?
A little bit, yes.
I can't
And
get over
drag,
this
drag,
picture.
baby, yeah, drag, Colin
Drag
Robinson.
baby Colin. And by the way, this is just probably not a flattering photo. I don't like.
No, it's not.
I'm not one to talk about the way people look. I look like this all the
No,
time.
I
I'm just
know.
saying. I there was just something about this where I thought it was fake. I literally
I
thought.
I thought she looked fantastic in her videos. She's good. She's very attractive. Her food looked amazing. But then when I saw her on the show with the pink, I'm just like, was that? I don't know if that was a great choice. Like, you know what I mean? Like for me, like I started graying, right? And I
Mhm,
used to put like, blonde highlights in my hair. And as I
right.
started getting more gray, and I had the blonde highlights. You know what I mean? It wasn't looking right anymore. It was looking like I was trying a little too hard. So this is kind of what I'm referring to with Lisa. I mean, sometimes we make choices and they just don't work. Like
They don't work.
they just don't think. But as far as her food and her drinks, mwah, fabulous. They look great.
Mackenzie.
You know, when I first saw Mackenzie, and I was just like, yeah, first of all, I love that she is in construction because, I was the pretty girl in construction too when I did roofing with my dad.
Right.
So I get it. I wasn't sure because, Mackenzie is the type that can be, mislabeled, right? And of course, I was also mislabeling her. But as I saw more and more of her beyond her intro video in the house, the way she's holding herself, I like her. I think she's smart. I think, she's not going to be fooled very easily in this house. A lot of what she has to deal with on the construction site really kind of toughens you up. Like my dad told me out of high school, I'm putting you on the roof because you're obviously in touch with your feminine side. Let's get you more in touch with your masculine side. So I think it's toughened her up a little bit. I think she's going to do well. I think she's got the height. I think she's athletic, and I think she's going to be great in comps.
Great. Can't wait to revisit that conversation in a few.
Ooh,
Matt.
Matt is just so good looking. seems
How are
like a
his
super
eyes?
nice guy. Seems like
Yeah.
he would like rescue puppies and like let them sleep in the bed with him next to me.
Well,
Yeah,
turns
just
turns out he likes to shoot puppies with an arrow.
no,
He's a bow hunter. He likes to kill animals with bows.
no, we don't like that. Matt,
No, we
get out.
don't.
Hate
We
him.
don't. We don't like that. But nice eyes.
Nice
Um,
eyes, great body. Yeah.
Quinn.
Oh, Quinn. Quinn,
I
Quinn,
thought Quinn was a
Quinn.
girl.
Well, I mean, if you look at the picture, of course, Quinn's very androgynous looking. Of course, on the video, I could tell definitely his
Yeah,
pronouns are most likely him, he.
they are.
I don't, they, yes. And so I loved his confidence. And you know what I like about Quinn is that he is not afraid. Like, I haven't dated, I haven't had a girlfriend or whoever, I haven't had any type of relationship. I want one. I run track. Like, I love how, confident he is, even though, what he's saying, we can all kind of relate to a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
I think as his energy is really good. I hope he goes far. I like Quinn a lot.
Quinn was it was my favorite
Yeah.
preseason, still is. Maybe a touch of liar because last night when he was talking to Leah on the feeds, he was talking about how his ex-girlfriend was a cheerleader. And I was like,
Ooh.
"Oh, I thought you weren't popular and didn't have any
Mm.
girlfriends."
Good. He's playing the game. I like hearing that.
Yeah, or
Good.
is
Yeah.
Rabina.
Oh my gosh. What a little saucy firecracker. I loved her video. I thought she seems absolutely hilarious. But I think, the impression that I was getting is that, what I'm scared about is that she might be a little too over the top, right? Like she might let things affect her too much. She might be a little saucy. And I want to see that maybe not in the beginning because I want her to go for it. I like her. I think she's a saucy little firecracker.
I thought the same exact thing. I thought the same exact thing on the premiere episode. We've now had about 4 days of live feeds. She's not even on them. Don't
Good.
know where she is.
She's good. She's gonna stay longer. Good.
Couldn't even tell you, haven't even seen her. Now, she's really tiny, so maybe she's hiding below the camera. But I can't, like,
Angle the camera down.
I don't know where she is. I'm always looking for Rabina. I'm like, where the hell's Rabina on these live feeds? Can't find her.
No. I wonder if
T-Core.
Okay, I love the crocheted outfits. Like, I think it's hilarious. Like, I was just like, and what is she, in Georgia or Los Angeles? Like, the
She's
first
in,
thing,
she came from London. She grew up in
right.
London and now is in Los Angeles.
It's a little hot to be wearing crocheted outfits in Los Angeles.
Right?
I was thinking the climate when I first saw it. Some of the outfits looked really gorgeous. Um, the accent is very unique. Like some of the words that she puts,
It's hard
little,
to do because I want
it's
to do a British accent for her, but then it almost becomes British mixed with Valley Girl. So it's hard to do.
we're so bad with accents anyway. The first
Yeah.
thing I was thinking was the show and like, how are we going to do this? But I'm going to do it. I'm going to study her more. And
Okay,
I'm going to get the accent. That's
you
my
do
homework. That's my
you do
homework.
T-Core. The accent I'm trying to get down is Lastly Tucker's.
Well, it's very East Coast, right? It's very.
No, when he
What is
talks,
it?
he's very like he sounds like the girl from The Ring when she's just like I don't even know. And he always like hunches his body over when he's talking to people. Like he's very like
But
I
he's from
don't
Brooklyn. He's from Brooklyn, New York. Is
That's
that how
how
they
he.
talk in Brooklyn?
No, he's very like Italian, but Italian in like a way. I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird. He
He
freaks me
seems
out.
very Italian. Like when I was watching a little bit of the feeds, I saw him talking to Kenny. And the way they were talking, they were very kind of machismo, and it was him and Kenny and another guy, but it wasn't Matt or Chemo or Joseph or Quinn. Maybe I think it was
Cedric?
Cam. Oh,
Can't.
Cedric. It was Cedric. Yeah, and they were all kind of doing the machismo thing, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna watch a rerun of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's my favorite show. Why can't we just do a podcast doing Buffy recaps? That's what I want to do. Um, um, so, yeah, I have to say, those, I agree with first impressions of this cast. I was really
Mhm.
happy for the first, I mean, here was my first thought.
Yeah,
One, just from preseason, I liked this cast already better than last year's cast. I didn't really find anyone I didn't like. And I was
wow.
excited. I was excited going into premiere.
I think you needed the break. Yeah.
I just, last season was filled with so many like ugh. I'm just so happy that we can move on from that cast now is my point. I mean, basically, I love Suri, but that's about it.
Oh, yes.
And Izzy, but most of them are just unbearable. Anyway, so start the premiere, and Julie is coming out, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be a premiere like no other. The twist this season is the best twist. You've never seen twists like this." I was like, "Hello, Alison Grodner. I want to tip my hat to you. I never say this. Best twist ever. I'm so excited. Let's kick off this premiere with the first group of house guests." And I'm like, "All right, Julie, I get it. You're really excited for this premiere." Um, then they go into the backyard
Yeah.
and they put them in that stupid box and they introduce them to Ainsley. Now, what were you thinking at this moment? Like, were you buying that Ainsley was a fake person? Did you think it
I
was for real?
I thought it was for real.
Okay.
But I didn't understand why we had to do it. That's what was confusing me. Like, why wasn't she just in there? And I thought it's kind of cruel to do that if she doesn't get the votes. And then I thought, okay, maybe if she only gets one vote, she can, as long as she gets any of the votes, she can go in. And then when she didn't, because she needed the majority, at least five, and it was 4-4.
Yeah.
And then when Julie, I'm sorry, Ainsley, you're not going in the house. And then she just, I'm very sad. And I just thought, this is kind of cruel. Like, I was like, this is not what I want to see. And then I'm just like, obviously something's going on. Like, we're not going to see
Yeah.
the last of her. Why would they put a human in seclusion? Why would they do all of this just to rip her guts out? You know what I mean? On national TV. So I knew something was up. But yeah.
Yeah. Because we know that production is always going to stack it to have
Yeah.
the outcome that they want. So I was like, clearly they don't care. Because if they would have cared and wanted her in, they would have said she only needed one. The
Yeah.
fact that she needed the majority, I was like, she's never getting the majority. So this is
Right.
not super. I was like, that's never happening. And okay. I was not prepared for her to turn into an AI robot. That I was not
I
prepared
wish she
for.
would have stayed Mackenzie, or not Mackenzie. I wish she would have stayed Inslee, right?
Yeah, me too.
I don't. The cartoon looks horrible and fake.
Do you know what it
just
looks like? Which, I'll date us now. Do you remember the Ally McBeal dancing baby? That's all I
Yes,
can think when I see that thing is the Ally McBeal dancing baby.
absolutely spot on with that. I was just like, can we just stay with Ainsley? Like, I mean, first of all, I think she's a real girl that was dressed up. Like, I
It
don't
is.
think
She's a
that they're.
TikToker. She's a famous
Yeah,
TikToker.
yeah.
So she was
So
just hired to act it.
correct,
Right.
correct. Because I don't think the technology and the budget really has it to where they actually made it an actual person. Like
Right.
somebody
100%.
wrote the script, somebody did that. But I love the little twists in it. Like you're, if you don't, you're gonna, your game's gonna whatever. Like I love the little insinuations that were in there because it led to the comps, which I thought were.
Well, what would you have voted? I want to know. People can say in chat what they would have voted. They can leave below if they're watching
I
back. But I'm curious, what would you have said? You would have said
I
yes?
as much as I've seen this game and, as much as I understood, people are like, it would just be one more person to get out. I get that logic. But for me, I would be like, it could also be one more person that would be voting with me. You know what I mean? So I personally would have said yes.
I would have said no in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And you would be having your head with spiders.
Give me a break. I don't understand how that was scary, but we'll get there in a second. I see Chastity in chat is saying she would have said yes. I feel, I mean, here's the thing. My original gut reaction, which I believe is what I would have done in the moment, because I probably wouldn't have thought it through. I would have just been like, absolutely not. One more person I have to compete against. Blah, 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 blah. Then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, yes is the right answer here, but not for the reason that you're saying. Like, I don't think it should have been yes because it's someone I could have worked with. Just
Yeah.
yes because it's one more person to be in front of me as a shield, one more person to be an option to
Right.
go up, one more person to. So yeah,
Right.
if I would
Correct.
have thought about it more, I probably would have done it for that reason for sure.
Absolutely. You got double evictions and all that stuff. People just get out left and right. But that is one less number of you getting out. You know what I mean?
Right. That
So
I
I
agree
would
with that.
just push blue-haired Garrel right into the pit. Oh, double eviction's over. Great. I'm still
Double
here.
eviction's over. Bye. Bye, Ainsley.
Bye.
So we found out that the people that said yes get the power to compete in a competition to upgrade, with a chance to upgrade their game. The people that say no are going to get their game downgraded and they get
Downgraded.
punished. Now, as you just said, so the downgrade competition was supposed to be scary, where you stick your head in a box which has a tube protecting your face, and then there's spiders or snakes, and you have to read the word and then go and grab the word off the board. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that I would be petrified to stick my head in a box with snakes and spiders and all that if there was a way they could get to me. There's a big plastic tube protecting me from them. So are you terrified at a zoo? Like when you go to the zoo and the lion's there, you're like, the fucking lion? What am I
Listen,
missing?
if it was Spicy V on Big Brother Canada, we would have got the reaction that they wanted.
Literally on Big Brother Canada, they put you in a box and dropped devil rabbits onto you with spiders and actual snakes. That was scary.
Falling on you.
Yeah. This is not. Do you remember Fear Factor, everyone? You would literally have the tarantulas in your mouth. That shit is scary. Being
behind the letter.
Yeah. You literally on a piece of plastic looking at a letter. Ooh, this is so scary.
Yeah.
What am I missing? It's
It
stupid.
was pretty silly. It was pretty silly. No, nobody got scared. Nobody.
Nobody. Well,
Nobody.
the people watching, I was surprised how many people in chat are like, I could never do it. I can't look at a picture of a snake. I was like, okay, I don't get it. But I got my own problems, so I believe you. So I didn't think that competition was difficult at all. So I was
No.
like, okay, I would have said no and I would have killed that competition. I thought that
Yeah.
competition was incredibly easy without a fail.
I
Now,
thought it was easier than the Yes comp, the color collaboration. That was harder.
let me tell you. So, for those of you that missed it, which I don't know why you'd be here if you did, you sit in a chair, you're spinning around really fast, and they're shooting colors on the screen, and you got to remember the order of the colors, which was the same for each person that did it. Like, the order of colors did not change. Everybody had the same exact, like red,
Sequence.
blue, green, yellow,
Sequence.
red, blue, green, yellow. They all had the same thing.
Sequence.
I could not get past the fourth one every time, and the sequence didn't change.
And you weren't spinning. Or were you twirling?
No, I was not spinning. I was just like, this is impossible. This is impossible. Now, here's what I don't understand, or I understand after I went back. When I was watching it, to me it seemed like Joseph won. So, quote unquote, Mackenzie won her round. But to me, it looked like Joseph won based on the edit. Like, Joseph got up, smashed those things really quickly, but then I realized that it was edited, and I guess we didn't see him stumbling around for the first time.
And even though they all failed, Mackenzie just did it faster. She got the most number.
She got the most in the quickest time. Yeah,
correct.
She got the most in the quickest time.
Correct.
Joseph failed his, Rubina failed, Mackenzie failed, but first place.
But Angela's face in the chair.
We should have known. Could you imagine her at a barbecue if she's your mom?
I want to go to her open house. Are you kidding me?
I feel for her, man. Big Brother fans are crazy, lady. And I got a feeling you're going to come out of this not liked, and you're going to end up with a whole bunch of people cursing you out at your listings, because Big Brother fans are crazy.
I know. That would be my only thing, yeah. But then you've got, the no comp, which was the fear facer, right? And then nobody was feared. Nobody feared anything in their face because of the thick plastic tube over your face protecting you. But, Chelsea, really? You kept going back, you kept sticking your head in. What? Is this wrong? Why isn't the plug's unplugged?
They had to have told her. I feel like she would have never have got it. I feel like production came over and was just like...
the Lord told her. I think the Lord spoke down and said, girl, plug it in.
Plug it in.
Put in your flat iron or your curling iron or your blow dryer. Like, plug it. It's the first thing you check, right?
Yeah. Is this working? Are we plugged in? Or are we working? So that was that. And then episode's over.
I know. And then I'm like, okay, we've got 8 more house guests. They spent all this money on a big box.
No live feeds.
No live feeds. Oh, and they spent all this money on a big box. That box isn't going anywhere. So now they get to do the exact same thing. We get to see Ensley do the same script, which is, really? Really?
That's exactly how I felt. I felt...
Like, no, this cannot be another hour episode. But it has to be, because then they have to go through at least they changed the comps, right?
Thank God they changed the comps, but I just felt like maybe if you didn't spend $100,000 on the stupid hologram box, you could have done like a better premiere.
Yeah.
Like, I just think of like last year's premiere. They had, like different sections of competitions happening, and people are like, hands are grabbing them down into the pit, and they're being thrown into, all of these different things are going on, and it's just chaotic. And now it's like, nothing. What you got?
Well, what I thought was interesting is when, like, they came into the house and they were all kind of meeting each other and stuff. Brooklyn noticed the swiveling little AI screen thingamabob.
Right.
And she immediately was like, this is something's going on. And I think she even mentioned something AI.
Right.
And I thought, like, ooh, this girl's in tune. Like, she's looking around, she's clever, I think, which is one of the things I liked about her too. I'm like, oh, she's going to be smart, she's going to play smart, so I really, really liked that.
Yeah, I like that about her too. But overall, I was just kind of disappointed. I know people are like, oh, it's so great. I don't know. I just was left feeling disappointed. I was like, I don't know.
Well, listen, and I get what you're saying. And as far as what we were seeing, I think, why didn't we just do a 2-hour episode and then give us
Right.
another one on Thursday, right? Get them all in the house, get them all through the big box. That, as production wise, I thought it was stupid to do it on a 2-night thing because they're just like, it's a 2-night premiere. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, the first episode was great because it was like, wow, this is all new stuff we haven't seen. But now we're just going to regurgitate it for a second episode. I wasn't that thrilled about it. But what I do like is that it really told us a lot about folks, right? So, like,
right.
they voted again. Quinn and Leah were the only ones that voted yes. It tells us a lot about them and kind of who their gameplay is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked Brooklyn didn't say yes.
I'm not.
But T-Core, Matt, Lisa, and Cedric all said no, so they all had to pay face recognition, which... So they had to hold up this thing and move it around. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't understand. Just press against it harder.
I know.
Just press against it harder. Like, I don't understand why it's falling.
I don't understand why they couldn't no one could get past the second one. Yeah.
And then the way they edited it and broke it up, like Brooklyn was sliding through them, and I'm like, oh, she's going to do so good. And then they stopped, because you know me, I like to keep all the times and everything, like in our notes and stuff.
Yeah.
But then they kept just breaking it all up and stuff, and then we see Brooklyn again, and she's just like, press harder. Like, I don't understand.
Press harder, and it wasn't Brooklyn, or maybe it was Lisa. One of them was facing away from the direction they had to move. I'm like, what are you doing?
Lisa, she's like this.
I was like, how is that helping?
How are you?
How do you know where you're going to go?
You're not looking in the correct direction.
That is a comp I want to do. There are so many times when I'm like, I could never do Big Brother because I would never be able to do the competitions. And then I just see that and I'm like, I don't understand how this is hard.
I don't understand how this is hard at all.
Yeah.
But it was hard.
Apparently.
At first, I thought they were putting in the plastic thing and it was maybe on a track that they had to move through their face. But when they showed it the other way, I saw that track was popped out. And so then they had to just keep it on there. And I thought, well, okay, it's not as easy as I thought, but that's easy. Like, were they?
Yeah,
they
it's not hard.
Press it hard enough so they would tip the whole thing over. Like, what?
Well, I understand the girls having a problem because I did kind of laugh out loud when I think it was Brooklyn. She did the first one, and then like she took her face off, and half of her face was still on the disc. And I was like, oh, that's got to be hard for the girls. Like, oh, my makeup. Like, I could see that being like, oh, my makeup's going to be all
Why all the makeup when you win the game? Who cares?
Well, you would think the makeup would help it. You think the makeup would help it stick to your face.
Oh, gosh, right?
Like, I feel like having a beard would be a disadvantage.
I would have just put honey on my face.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm a naturalist. I just only natural things. I just use honey.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I would talk to the camera. Oh, how did I do? Did I do okay? Oh, it's still stuck to my face.
Did I do good, everyone? Okay, great.
Did I do good? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I didn't understand the comp. It's one I wish we could recreate. I wish we could recreate it. So who won that one? Quinn won the yes competition.
Yes.
Which looked like he lost, but Leah could not get that last one in at all.
No.
And then the main loser was Cedric for the couldn't do the face comp. And then we found out that so Chelsea and Cedric, they can't play an HOH or the veto, nor can they vote. So that is how their game has been quote, downgrade it.
But can be nominated.
And can be nominated.
But
So-
can't play in the HOH comp, can't play in the veto to save themselves, can't even call themselves a house guest. They're a mascot.
Yeah, and by the way, they're only a mascot during the competitions. They don't. It's not even like a costume they have to be in all the time.
Oh, like not even wearing like little ears or something?
Nope. They're allowed to wear their normal clothes, be totally normal. It's only something for, I guess, when the comps are happening, because they're not in costumes on the feeds.
Oh. Do you think they're going to be in costumes during the competition?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I think they're going to be in the costumes during the competition. So then that was it for the thing. Then it's like, goodbye, show's over. We're giving you nothing else other than Julie says the powers are going to be America's veto and the deep fake HOH.
Right.
And that's it. And the episode's over, and she's like, I'll see you all Sunday when it's an 1.5-hour episode.
Good.
Because they're going to need it. But guess what? Nobody has to wait an 1.5 hour, Comedy Jonah, because I got all the info for you now.
I'm so excited, but like when I ended this episode, I thought, okay, the first thing I thought was, if I became HOH, why not just nominate Chelsea and Cedric, and not have any blood on my hands?
Well, would you like to know why?
See, these are questions I have. What other questions do I have?
All right, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we've learned when the live feeds came back on. Stuff that Comedy Jonah would not know, since he is a casual viewer. And he does not watch the live feeds all the time. Okay, so, for starters, HOH. Do you know who HOH is?
Angela.
It is Angela, correct. So Angela is in, Angela's HOH. I agreed with you. I thought the same exact thing. Let this woman pick Cedric Chelsea, have easy noms, and be done. Well, apparently, as Julie said, Ainsley is going to mess up the game and screw with the game. So for starters, there's 3 nominees now. Not 2, but 3.
Are Chelsea and Eric any of the nominees?
I don't know why you said Eric, but it's adorable.
Cedric.
Because I wish I was as good looking as him.
But in my mind, you're always a nominee. Cedric and Chelsea?
Nope.
Really?
Really.
Huh.
She has decided her target, the one she wants to go after, is going to be Kenny. So Kenny is a nominee.
What?
Yep, she doesn't like Kenny. So stupid. Why would you go...
Stupid. Why would you... Someone close to your own age.
With a family who has the same story as you. All this stuff. Why would you do it?
Oh, I'm in shock. That is stupid.
So stupid. So that's her first person that she puts up. The second person that she puts up is Lisa. And lastly, Kimmo. And she claims that she's putting Lisa and Kimmo up because they didn't talk to her, they didn't take the time to get to know her, to ask her if they're safe, yada yada. I didn't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Those are the people I'm putting up.
It doesn't matter. She's watched the game before, right? Yeah, she has.
Well, she claims to be a super fan that knows everything. Now, I don't know why she didn't pick the 2 people that performed the worst. That would have been such an easy out for her.
Yeah.
She also spent the time to make a group, not an alliance, but a group of 10 people that we're all going to work together, because that works really well when you're batshit crazy. I can't even express to you the off the rails level of batshit crazy that she has done. So while all of that's going on, let's talk about the setup first. So apparently there is now 3 nominations is the first thing that Ainsley has interjected into the game. Mm-hmm. The next thing she's interjected into the game is that there is a new AI competition, an Ainsley Arena. The quote, Ainsley Arena is going to happen right before the voting, right before the eviction. So now, on Thursday nights, before the eviction happens, there's going to be a new comp, Ainsley's Arena. And in that arena, the three nominees will have a chance to save themselves.
So there's no veto. There's no veto.
There's a veto. So you have two chances to save yourself in a week now. You can save yourself in the power of veto. If you do not save yourself in the power of veto, you have one more chance live on Thursday night to compete in Ainsley's Arena.
So if I'm a nominee and I play in the power of veto and I remove myself and somebody else is nominated, now those three or those two plus the new nominee can play in Ainsley's Arena? Okay.
Whoever the three people are on Thursday night, they are apparently the people playing in Ainsley's Arena. We don't know the full details. This is what we're getting from that we've put together.
Are they avatars on the screen and they've got little remotes? Or is it virtual?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Well, here was my first thought. I thought, what a brilliant way for them never to have to give us another live HOH. So this is clearly, we're not getting HOHs on Thursday night anymore. Because apparently now on Thursday night, the comp that we're going to watch is this arena bullshit. So we're never going to get to see a live HOH again.
Oh, really?
So that sucks. Along with the fact that if you haven't heard, they also removed our ability to rewind and flash back from the live feeds. Also enraging.
Oh.
So if you're not watching in real time, you missed it.
Oh, I've rewound before. Yeah.
So like the huge fight, if you weren't awake at 4 a.m, you missed it. Sucks for you. Hope somebody did it. Which is a great time to mention our BB26 live feed updaters over at BB26 Updaters. Follow them. They got the clips for you. On Twitter. So, yeah, so there's an arena. Now, it's also a little unclear because we've heard people talking about it. And so I'm not saying this is definite, but it seems like not only do you have a chance to save your game, it seems like there's also going to be an upgrade and a downgrade in play as well.
Again?
Again during the arena. Now, that's just based on what people were saying on the live feeds. We're not going to know until Julie explains it to us tonight.
If I'm a nominee and I didn't get the veto for myself and now I'm in Ainsley's Arena of Death and I still don't, but if I have the longest time, now I'm going to be... How can I be downgraded even more as a nominee?
A vote against you.
Oh.
Like, here's one vote against you now if you don't win. You might win the arena. You might, whatever. You didn't save... So, right, you didn't save yourself.
If I didn't win the arena as well, then I'm downgraded. And it's probably I just have an extra vote against me.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Huh.
Speaking of upgrades and downgrades, we also learned 100% what Mackenzie's power is because she told Matt and Leah about it. So her America's veto is she gets to remove someone from the block. And then that person is safe and she is safe.
Like a regular veto.
Like a regular veto. However, America gets to choose the replacement nom, not her.
Oh, I like that.
So that is her power. Now, the deep fake power, Quinn has not told anybody yet about on the live feeds.
Good.
But we are assuming, based on the name and what has happened in the past, it probably means he gets to make the nominations for the HOH. Like if, someone, let's say Angela's the HOH, she named those three people, he then has the power to say, I don't like those three nominees, I'm changing them.
Oh, and so he can't change Angela's because it's already in motions, but probably the next HOH, but maybe there's you have 2 weeks to use this power or
They
it
have
goes
4 weeks.
away.
They have
If
4 weeks. I'm gonna assume he has to
oh.
do it ahead of time. Because if I recall when this has happened on previous seasons, they have put the nominations on the screen and then, oh, hijacked your nominations have been hijacked. So I'm assuming he needs to do it ahead of time.
Is that your T-Core accent? Ugh.
No, that's my Ainsley robot
Oh, your
accent.
Tucker.
No, Tucker is. um. So those are what those powers are now in play. So this is like the soup of everything. So this is what's going on. But meanwhile, Angela is losing her fucking mind. Like she is spiraling out of control. And I was giving her a lot of credit the first day. This woman couldn't move anywhere. She would go in her HOH room every 3 seconds. Ding dong, can I talk? Ding dong, can I talk? Ding dong. She's walking around like, I can't sleep. I have no sleep. This is the worst thing ever. She's losing it. And she's finding out, like, while all this is going on, Matt is kind of having HOH-itis, holding all these meetings in the storage room, and kind of almost acting like he's HOH. This is a little interesting. So
Because
this,
is he in Angela's ear?
no. This is pissing Angela off now. And she's hearing through the grapevine that, like, Matt and Mackenzie, ooh, I see that they might be a showman. She calls it out a little bit. Oh, I think you two should get together. I think you two are cute and a showmans. This pisses Matt off. Why are you labeling us? Why are you trying to put a target on us? So Matt doesn't like that. Now Angela,
Yeah.
now Angela is hearing through the grapevine as people are coming in and talking to her. Matt is rallying a group together. Matt isn't happy that you put a target on them. Matt. And this is making Angela spiral out of control. She is literally losing it to the point where she wakes up the next morning, she goes down to the kitchen and she's like, Matt. You little piece of shit. You ugly, crazy devil. You're ugly on the outside. You're ugly on the inside. Your mother hates you. Your father hates you. Your dog takes a shit on your face when you sleep. I hope you get syphilis. You're going to give syphilis to Mackenzie, who we all know that you're fucking. And like, she went in on him. She, like, to the point where it made no sense. To me, it was like, I have two thoughts on it. I loved it because it was old school Big Brother. I love a psychotic, crazy person who has no clue how they're blowing up their own game and just losing. And the whole time she's like, I have no sleep. I don't know what words are. Oh, like she's insane. She is losing it. And he's just like,
Only
I
four
don't
days.
understand. He's like, I don't understand. Because she claims that what happened was he went into the room to talk to her. This is after she heard all the information. And she was like, I'm hearing a lot of this stuff. I might have to nominate you. And he was like, okay, well, just know if you nominate me, then that means I'm going to be going after you. Because that's the way the game works. She spun that into, he's attacking me. He was aggressive. How dare you talk to me like that? I'm a mom. I'm 50. Only I'm allowed to play the game. How dare you play the game? Like, just ridiculous. Like, it was ridiculous. I was completely on Matt's side in this situation.
Oh yeah, I mean, and to sit there and go, I haven't had any sleep. Oh please, I've been up longer on meth than Angela's been in the house.
Exactly. So I'm just like, this is crazy. And it was just, again, I loved it. It was old school Big Brother. I love the
Yeah.
chaos. I love the drama. It was funny. I just don't understand why Angela had to go so personal. Like, you're stupid. You're ugly. She brought her mom into it. Like, your mom is going to be not proud of you. Like, all of these things it was just, to me, it was like the reaction didn't meet the cause. And then, we found out she rehearsed it all night. She was planning it.
Mm.
So like, I don't know. I don't really believe that Angela even really believes what she's doing. I think she saw him as a threat. She wants her moment. She's trying to make good feeds. I think Angela is I think she's crazy, but I think she's
Right.
crazy in a way that she understands what makes a good Big Brother
Well, I think
player.
we've discussed this on the show. Like, you're there to give us content, right?
Right. And I think that's what she's
Yeah.
doing. I think she understands what big, iconic Big Brother players do.
Yeah.
And she's trying to make sure that she's checking off the checklist and she wants to get it all in on week one.
Right. Because
I
I
want
don't
to
know
do
how
it all.
long
I
I'm
want to
going to.
get it
I,
in.
I
I
don't know
want.
how long I'm going to be here.
Well, now I don't know how long. Because why would anybody want to work with that? And surprisingly, the house is on her side. The house is very anti-Matt. They believe that he was aggressive with her. They when she like ran down the stairs and ran to him. She's like, "How dare you?" And he stood up like he was sitting
Yeah.
down. And he said people did not like that he stood up when she ran at him. Which I'm like, oh, what are you gonna do when someone's running at you? I don't
You're
know.
gonna, yeah. I mean, he didn't like raise his fist or anything, right? I
No.
mean, he just stood up to like maybe be prepared to get hit by a woman. You know what I mean? Like, I would have stood up too.
Yeah, I didn't have I didn't again, if we weren't looking at it in it's a man yelling at a woman or an older woman yelling at a younger guy,
Right.
I was just looking at the context of the words and what are being just said, and
Right.
it to me it just didn't
Match.
match what was happening. It was just, it almost seemed a little just overly mean for
Overly
no reason.
produced. Overly produced.
Overly produced. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Yeah.
one point where she goes, like, my favorite line, like, everybody was typing out the script. And my favorite line where she was like, and to the two people that came to my room last night, bravo. What a performance. And then she just pauses. And you can tell in her mind she's going, hold for effect, hold for effect. And then she goes, for a B-rate movie. And I'm just like, girl, you are not a good actress. I don't know what you're doing. Like, there are so many iconic things. Like, my next mission, once I got all this up and running, is I'm going to work on getting the sound clips from this Angela rant because I want them on this show.
Oh yeah.
She is like, she's like, you can take the shit coming out of your mouth and shove it back up your ass. And he's like, but I don't she's like, like she was horrible to him. Like this poor, like she ate him up, spit him out, ate him up again, spit that out. It was just horrible. And then, I can't help but feel bad because then he goes off later. He's crying. He's like, my mom has to watch that. And she brought up my mom. I don't understand why you gotta, because she's like, your mom is gonna be ashamed of you. You're a horrible
That's
person.
horrible. That's horrible.
She is. So, for a good day, everybody's on Team Angela. And it blew my mind. I couldn't understand why anybody would want to work with this woman. But now, as of late last night and now earlier today, the tide has started to turn where now people are finally being like, yeah, we don't want to work with that. This lady's crazy.
She is. I mean, I can see where you start to think, okay, she's the crazy one. She's the shield for many people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we'll always, if we have to, nominate her because we know we can't. We'll just keep her at a certain arm length distance. But then
Yeah.
it gets to the point, of course, they're in a pressure cooker. Things change on a dime. So,
They
which is
do.
why we watch. Which is why we watch.
It is absolutely crazy. And it's going to all be, I'm sure, probably not tonight's episode. It probably won't be on until Wednesday's episode, but we'll talk about it way more in detail there. The conclusion of it all is Angela now is going to go after Matt. So they have the POV. Lisa wins the POV, so obviously Lisa will be removing herself. Matt will be going up on the block. It hasn't happened yet. That'll happen tomorrow. But that is apparently what the plan is. Now, remember, Mackenzie, Matt's showmance, has that veto and can pull Matt down. Now, Matt has told her not to use it. However, the glorious spiraling that Angela is going, she is on top of the world right now. She is like a level of psychotic that you have not seen, and reveling in this glory that tomorrow she is going to get to put Matt on that block. And
so
when
we register her on the Frenchie meter,
10 times worse.
Oh my God, really?
Seriously, 10 times worse.
We love Frenchie, though.
We love Frenchie, but yes. 10 times worse. So, like, what I think's gonna happen is, I don't know, because Matt is telling Mackenzie not to use it on him. He thinks, and is probably correct now, that he might have the votes. However, I have a feeling production is going to push Mackenzie to use it, because production is going to want their showmance. And
of course.
So I hope she uses it, just because watching Angela spiral will be the best. And I don't want any of them going anywhere. I don't want Matt going anywhere. I don't want Angela going anywhere. It has been such fun feeds with these two going at each other.
I think, what Big Brother needs to do? They should do it like the latest season of RuPaul's Drag Race, where nobody goes home.
That's always what I said.
It's always, they can just add money to their charity or whatever. Like, if we had a celebrity Big Brother and nobody goes home, they can just add money.
I know.
Love it. Yeah.
I have always said that I wanted that. I have always said I wanted it where the people don't leave. And they kind of did that with 21 and Camp Comeback, right? They let them live in the house. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it like the first 4 people got to live in the house and be like the rejected people until they fought to come back, or whatever it was?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I've burned that season out of my brain. So, I mean, that's where we are on the feeds. They're having their swimsuit photo shoot is happening now, or this morning. It might be over.
Okay.
But, and tonight we're going to get a fun hour and a half supersized episode. Yep, feeds are back.
I can't wait.
Feeds are back.
And then when are we back?
Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern? Is that when we were saying? Or is it noon? You tell me, Comedy Jonah. What time works for Comedy Jonah on Fridays? And that's when we'll be live.
Oh, we can do noon your time.
Okay. So noon on Fridays is when we shall return with our next show. We'll, I believe all exit interviews are on Mondays, so we'll have those shows on Mondays. And I am always talking and recapping it every day around 4 o'clock. I'm always live talking the live feeds, cooking dinner, doing all that stuff.
And I am not.
Yeah, and you're not.
I'm selling real estate for Angela while she's in the house, so...
Well, that's a nut job. Okay, so I'm excited, Comedy Jonah. I am excited for all of this and having a wonderful season with you.
Me too. I'm excited to be back. This is fun.
Excited to be back. All right, everyone, you guys go watch the feeds, share this show, tell a friend, tell a family member. You guys know you're our best little marketers. We love that you love these shows. We do them for all of you, so thank you for loving and supporting them. I'll see you guys all in a little while when I'm live over on You Now. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.